This video and my channel are sponsored by Whatnot. Whatnot is the website you see on the screen, and it's a marketplace where you can buy and sell sweet collectibles in streams. You go to somebody's stream, you see what they're auctioning off. They do these 5-minute, super rapid, fun auctions. You can buy and sell and bid on really rare, cool collectibles. And you can also chat with the streamers and other collectors who enjoy the same things that you do. I did a stream on Whatnot where I actually sold handmade tokens, which I was drawing by request on stream. It was really fun, and I'm sure I'll do another one soon. Again, that's Whatnot. If you'd like to sign up, you should make sure to use the code in the description of the video. It helps support my channel, and it's also a great way to get $15 off your first purchase. Again, that's whatnot.com. Tales of Middle-earth, the new Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering crossover set, comes out in just a few days, and it's loaded with amazing cards for equipment decks. This video is about those cards. Now, if that's too hyper-specific for you, too bad. You're gonna listen anyway, because these cards are just that good. Maybe they're so good they'll even convince you. Maybe pick up a couple of these cards and build yourself an equipments deck. These are a mix of cards that I think could be a commander, could be played in an equipment deck, and just cards that are generally good and should go into any equipment-themed deck. I love equipment as a theme. One of the first decks that I built completely on my own with like nobody holding my hand or telling me what to do or modifying a precon was actually an equipments deck. And then one of my favorite decks for a couple years was SRAM. I don't play SRAM that often because it's not that good for making online content when I'm like guesting on people's shows, because it's kind of like, and I make a 45 SRAM and I hit you in the face and the game's over. It's not very interesting. But it's really fun to play, and it's great for casual matches. Good on a budget too, and hopefully all these cards will stay good on a budget as we talk about these 5 different cards, starting with, not the most exciting, but an uncommon after my own heart, Éowyn, Lady of Rohan. This is a 3-mana 2/4, so she's got okay stats, but at the beginning of combat on your turn, a creature of your choice gets either First Strike or Vigilance until end of turn. If it has an equipment on it, it gets both until end of turn. That's just nice if you have an equipped creature. And she causes the equip abilities to cost 1 less. Activating equip abilities for 1 less is pretty nice. It doesn't work with the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty equipments, but it works with everything else. Moving on to a much spicier, generically good, absolutely include into a lot of different decks, including decks that just have commanders you want to protect. Mithril Coat! My goodness, Mithril Coat! I have 1 copy of Command Plate, and I wish I had 5 copies of Mithril Coat. This is the 3-mana flash, indestructible equipment that gives indestructible. Nice! It automatically equips to a creature too, so it's a combat trick that can protect your commander, because it only attaches to a legendary creature, so your commander is safe and sound. And being indestructible means you're going to be dodging board wipes, kill spells, all sorts of abilities that would otherwise cause you to lose your commander, and you gotta protect your commander. For 3 mana, this seems like a great card to include. Now, moving over towards a card that I actually think should be a commander, as opposed to Éowyn, who I think is better in the 99, Shagrat, Loot Bearer. This is a goblin. Sorry, it's an orc. It's a goblin. Goblin and orc is like kind of the same thing in Lord of the Rings. It's about like the vibe of the monster. I know that somebody who's like, well, no, I've read all of the Silly Millions and I disagree. I don't care. Okay, let me stop you there. I don't care. Orcs is goblins and goblins is orcs. They're all really cute, and I love them very much, and I love this one extra much. It's a 4-mana 4/4. Oh, mommy. That, when it attacks, you can attach an equipment onto it. Nice. That's really great, especially if you have something like a Colossus Hammer that you don't want to pay 10 to equip. Free equipping is great. But then also, you amass Orcs X. Amass Orcs X. That's really hard for me to say, where X is the number of equipment. So it's all about throwing tons of equipment onto Shagrat to make a big orc army, and then, I don't know, you have an orc army. And you also have a big Shagrat. And his name is Shagrat. It's a really fun name to say. Going back to generic equipment. Barrow Blade. Barrow Blade. You're gonna think, Amy, that's a short sword. Amy, don't show me a freaking short sword and say it's a good card that you think's really impressive and you're really excited about in a set. I don't care. You don't care. None of us care. Because you're going to read it again. You're going to say, oh my gosh, it's a Silence Blade. And that's really cool. Barrel Blade is a 1-mana, equip 1 equipment that gives +1/+1, a short sword. But whenever the equipped creature is blocked or blocks a creature, that other creature loses all its abilities. In some circumstances, that just causes creatures to die because their power and toughness might actually be 0 and they're getting +X/+X from some ability. Maybe it means that they're losing Death Touch. Maybe it means that they're losing Hexproof, and suddenly you can target it with a certain spell. Barrel Blade is flexible, it's fun, and it's cheap. It absolutely goes into like decks like Nahiri or SRAM, and Akiri too. Barrel Blade seems like a really good card to include. And now, I did save the best for last. Forge Anew. A 3-mana enchantment that when it enters the battlefield, you return an equipment from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice, a little bit of recursion there for 3 mana. That doesn't seem so bad. But wait, there's more. Yeah, you gotta pull off the bully maze here. So, what do we get? You also get activate equipment abilities at any time you can cast an instant. Oh boy, that's some flash equipping your stuff. I love that. I love that. I love being able to move my equipment around mid-combat. That's spicy and it's tricksy, and I like it a lot. And you could also pay 0 mana the first time you do it. So you get a free moving of equipment, you get to move equipment around whenever you want, and you get equipment back from the graveyard. It's a win-win-win. Seriously awesome card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you are also building decks that include these cards, because equipment is fun. I would actually say if you want to try a recent commander that has an equipment theme, the Nahiri that is desparked from, what is it called? March of the Machine, The Aftermath. That's one of those titles I always mess up. It's like March of the Machine's wrong. One machine. It marched. This is The Aftermath. There's a the in there. Anyway, that Nahiri, awesome with this card. Awesome with a lot of different cards. Love to see these decks get built, and I look forward to playing against them both at the local commander tables and in the historic Brawl queue. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to hear more about cards from Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, tune in, because I've got a couple different videos about cards from this set coming straight to you, my YouTube viewers. So, I'll see you soon. Bye!